So players who signed with teams this past offseason are now allowed to be traded, and I think we'll see some more moves go down before the late March trade deadline. I thought it would be fun to do my yearly 5 Blockbuster trades video, so I don't want to make this intro too long. Be sure to like and subscribe for more NBA content, and let's just get straight into it. So first up, I have Hassan Whiteside to the Los Angeles Lakers for Alfonso McKinney and a future second round pick. I've talked about this move since the offseason, and I actually made a vid on this a few months ago, but I still think Whiteside will be a solid fit with the Lakers. He would be great as a backup center who provides the Lakers with a long and athletic big, who is also an excellent shot blocker. The Lakers have been missing this since McGee and Howard left, and Whiteside will give the Lakers another option in their front court that could be useful in certain matchups in the playoffs. But right now, at the very least, he would provide some depth and consistent backup center minutes to keep Davis, Gasol, and Harrell fresh, so that they do not end up getting too tired throughout the regular season. The Lakers will be giving away barely anything in this move to get a nice insurance and backup option, and I think this is definitely a no-brainer for them. On the other hand, the Kings would do this deal to get an asset for a guy who is not a part of their long-term future, and they are already pretty loaded in the front court, so this should free up some more minutes for some of the younger guys. So next up, I have Terry Rozier and Caleb Martin to the Los Angeles Clippers for Lou Williams, Ivica Zubac, Patrick Patterson, Kabengele, and 2 future second round picks. This is one of my favorite trades in this video, and I think this will be a win-win move for both sides. For the Clippers, they will be getting an upgrade at their point guard spot over Beverly, and Scary Terry would fit really well next to Leonard and George. Rozier is not a traditional point guard who needs the ball in his hands, as he's more of a scorer and shooter that can help spread the floor with his great 3-point shot. He would be a big catch-and-shoot threat, but he could also play make as well and is much better than Beverly in basically all aspects on offense. On defense, Rozier is also very good and is one of the top guard defenders in the NBA, and at this point I think Beverly will be better suited in a backup role, giving some energy off the bench, and a combo of him and Kennard will be a nice blend of offense and defense against opposing second units. The Hornets would do this trade to basically hand over the keys fully to Ball, while still getting some great pieces in this deal. First, I think Lou Williams is much better than how he has played so far this season, and I think he can go back to being about an 18-5 guy off the bench in a bigger role with Charlotte. The Hornets would also get a nice upgrade at the backup center position that they need with Zubac, and he would be a great pick and roll partner with LaMelo. They also get a nice prospect in Kabengele, along with 2 future second round picks, so this will be a move that should help them both win now and in the future as well. Next up, I have Marcus Aldridge to the Miami Heat for Myers Leonard, Kelly Olynyk, and 2 future second round picks. This will be a move that will give the Heat an upgrade in the front court, while maintaining some cap flexibility for the upcoming offseason. Aldridge would be a solid fit with Miami, and while he isn't the same player he once was, when healthy he's a solid 5 who can provide some good rim protection and scoring from mid-range and from 3. He could start or come off the bench if the Heat want to go small, and he would be an upgrade over Olynyk and Leonard, with the latter being out for the remainder of the season. The Spurs would do this deal to get some assets for a player who will likely leave this upcoming offseason and doesn't exactly fit their timeline. While it's not much, they would be getting 2 second round picks, which could turn out to be great given the Spurs' track record of drafting, and it's also important to consider too that Olynyk isn't a huge downgrade from Aldridge, and I think he would be a great fit in the Spurs system. This will be a fair deal for both sides, and I think this one is really possible to happen. Moving on, I have Bradley Beal and Raul Neto to the New Orleans Pelicans for Eric Bledsoe, Lonzo Ball, Jackson Hayes, Kira Lewis Jr., the Bucks' 2025 and 2027 unprotected first round picks they got from the holiday trade, and 2 future unprotected first round picks from the Pelicans. The Pelicans would do this trade to get a true star next to Zion and Ingram, and Beal should take a lot of pressure off these 2 guys. He should help spread the floor and give them a lot more space to operate with, and he's also a very good playmaker too that should help create some good looks for his teammates as well. There's not really much else to say about Beal since we all know how good he is, and he should take New Orleans to the next level. A starting lineup of Alexander Walker or whoever the Pelicans decide to trade for to get an upgrade at the point guard spot, Beal, Ingram, Zion, and Adams would be absolutely stacked, and this easily puts New Orleans in contender status for years to come. On the other hand, I tried to make a trade where the Wizards will be getting pretty comparable value to what the Nets got with the Harden trade, though a bit less considering Harden is on a level above Beal. But Washington will be getting a huge haul in this trade nonetheless, starting with some of the players. Lonzo Ball could potentially thrive in a new and bigger role, and Jackson Hayes has the potential to become a really good starting caliber center in the NBA. Kira Lewis Jr. is also a very good prospect, and the Wizards can also try to flip Bledsoe to a contender for another asset as well. In regards to the picks, the Wizards will be getting some really nice assets, especially with Milwaukee's unprotected 2027 first round pick that could end up being really good if Giannis eventually leaves or demands a trade by then. This will be an amazing haul for the Wizards to start their rebuild with, and while some people may say this is a lot for Beal, you gotta keep in mind that Drew Holiday got the Pelicans 3 first round picks and 2 pick swaps, so Beal should get Washington a lot more than Holiday did. And finally, I have John Wall to Miami Heat for Andre Iguodala, Kelly Olynyk, and Myers Leonard. So we'll go back to Miami in this one, and this time we'll start off from the Rockets' perspective, and this trade is obviously if the Heat don't trade for LaMarcus Aldridge. So for Houston, this is a pretty easy move, as they get to get off of John Wall's bad contract and get mainly expiring deals back except for Iguodala, who only has 1 more year after this year. This will be a huge win for the team even though they're not getting back any assets, as while Wall has looked good this season, his contract is still terrible, and to get off of it without having to give up anything is a win. The Heat would do this deal to get an upgrade at the starting point guard spot, and Wall would certainly be an interesting fit with the team. He will provide a primary playmaker for the Heat's starting unit, and this should take some pressure off of Butler. Wall has looked great this season even after coming off of his injury, and this will be a win now move for the Heat while taking on some risk with Wall's contract over the next few years. It would also likely prevent them from getting Oladipo in this upcoming year's free agency, so that's one of the main reasons why I see this being the most unlikely trade to happen on this list. However, they would not be giving up anything of value in this trade, so this could be a move to help them get over the top, especially after their slow start. And I think in general, Wall's winning mindset and attitude would definitely fit well with the Heat culture. But I could also see the Heat trading for Victor Oladipo by the trade deadline to guarantee he goes to Miami, but that's going to be for another video I'll make, and we'll talk about that more then. So that's a wrap. Thank you guys all for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more daily NBA content just like this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and also be sure to turn on post notifications so you can stay updated on when this video will be coming out. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram and hit me up if you want to talk about basketball or business. Just drop a comment down below on my photo or DM me, and I'll definitely try to get back to most of you guys there. Drop a comment down below, which trades do you want to see happen by the trade deadline, or do you have any other ideas not from this video? Let me know as I do all comments. I'm definitely interested to see what you guys have to say here as well. So without that being said, once again, thank you guys all for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on our next video. Peace.